Rapping has always been my dream.
If I don't make it back, if I don't make it back, but if I don't make it back, girl, I love you. Girl, I love you. Baby, the streets ain't safe, but if I never make it home to you.
I grew up in Pensacola, Florida. I knew at an early age I was gonna be a rapper, and I was gonna do whatever it took to get there. Coming up as a kid, I think that's when my music passion to be an artist first started. You know, I was in Orlando, Florida, because, I was going back and forth. I was born in Pensacola, but I used to go back and forth to Orlando to my auntie house. We was real close. So coming up at my auntie house, it was kind of like a musical family, man. My cousins, they was a little bit older than me. Then I had a younger cousin at the time. But basically, man, we all love music. So I remember being in the room. I was probably in trouble, and they had a little cassette tape player, and you could record yourself. So I was in there like putting the little playing instrumentals and rapping on it and recording myself. Then I would go in there and let my aunties and cousins hear it. Everybody loved it, you feel me? Like everybody was just like, bro, that's tight, that's hard. Like I got compliments, and that's when I kind of knew, okay, I like doing this. So I went to school in Orlando, and I remember, this back when the cassette tapes was out. You feel me? CDs was just coming out, so it was some other students in the classroom, and they had a CD out, and I remember seeing like the CD cover, and everybody was buying it, and people were playing it in the parking lot. They were popular. They had all the girls, like, and I was like, damn, I need to step my game up. You feel me? Like here I am with this cassette tape, and I'm thinking it's hard, and so I always looked up to other artists that had the same passion, mostly local artists, mostly people that we both had the same kind of dreams and we dealt with upon the same things.
Yeah, I remember, bruh, we ain't have none of this shit. I wouldn't even be sitting here doing a documentary right now. We'll have some old shit, like a Walmart camera, walking around trying to shoot videos, shit like that. Had down Jackson Street. Let me tell you about Jackson Street, though. Jackson Street was the spot. Let me tell you, me and my dog came together, you know what I'm saying? I walked in, I'm thinking this is a real good studio. This nigga ain't had nothing but a hole in the motherfucking wall. Shit, got there, so shit, we linked up, did a couple songs, like, hey man, let's build that bitch up. So shit, that's what we did. That's what my passion, like, I feel like the people that was local, they more influenced me than anything, being that, like, hey, these people I know that's doing it, other than the famous people, they influenced me too, but the local people kind of influenced me more because of that, that right there. So we built that bitch up from nothing to something. Made that bitch turn into a real professional looking studio. You feel me? Like we put the glass in, window, close the booth off, better mic, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was time we were pushing out about 5, 6 songs a day. Shit. So we had other people collabing with us and shit like that. Shout out to my boy Koofy, rest in peace. Shout out to my boy Ryan, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? They always came through and fuck with us. Blaze Projects was like the truth. You feel me? We were fucking with everybody at the time. At one point, I wanted to give up on all this, all my dreams, everything. But I tell you, never give up, never stop, because you never know when it's your time. Man, I remember, me and my cousin steady making tapes, and then we ended up making like a little group and with the neighborhood kids. But yeah, my passion for music goes way back, And then I remember I was a few years later I went to Georgia, and I was up there doing the same thing, but this time I had like a karaoke machine, and I was making tapes, and this dude came over and was like, bro, you need to go to the studio. I ain't never been in no studio or whatever. There was the dude had a studio. Shout out to Jap. They brought me to the studio.
My first time in the studio, he telling me drop 16 bars. I had no clue what the hell he talking about, so I just get in there and start rapping, which it was just something off the head. So he was probably looking at it like, man, I ain't really know what I was doing, but I knew what I could do. So he gave me a weak ass beat. I never forget that job. A weak ass beat that they made that nobody wanted, like one they threw in the back. And they was like, huh, you can have this beat, go make the song come back.
All growing up, Chris totally was had it was into his music and had studios. Um, he started off with a tape recorder, and over the years, Chris did so many different songs, and even through times that I would get mad at Chris, I'd say some 2 words and he would make a rap song out of it. All his life, he's music has been his heart, his love, and I'm really proud of him. And today he has an awesome studio, and he's doing great things.
Long story short, I come back, we got a song, me and my boy Draper. We had a group called Street Sweep. We came back, we laid the song. They were like, damn, that's actually kind of hard. We kind of like did our thing on that beat. So then we started doing more and more. And I finally had a CD. But it took years after seeing them students to even get to the CD. So once I got that CD out, like, bro, I feel so accomplished. Like I done did some goals. Like I got an actual CD now with a cover, all that. So that's how my music passion kind of started. Like a lot of people told me along the way to stop rapping, stop doing music, think about something else, think about something more serious. That made me want to go harder.
I met my boy Rotolo about 2, 3 years ago. We were working on a piece of shop clown, kicking the bobo about rapping and, just music, entertainment, different stuff like that. We linked up because, we had similar ideas, being goofy, being high and shit, you know what I'm saying, making shit do what they do. So now we done came this for my boy done came up with the old Big Cap production. So I be on this bitch big capping for that, you know what I'm saying? Like no cap but big cap, you know what I'm saying? Just kicking shit, my thing kicking the bobo, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Donald Duck, man.
Goddamn, let me see. When me and Chris came together, shit, it was like white on rice. Like we stuck together, shit. You feel me? Goddamn, that was my brother, shit. It still is. Goddamn, we still kick it to this day. I mean, we might not see each other as much, but we still kick it to this day. But
that's how it started, and going from there, go a little further. I had a CD, I had producer, all that. I ended up moving, so I was so far away I couldn't go to the studio. So he was like, "Man, I'm selling my equipment. Do you want to buy it?" He hit me up, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" But he didn't really think I was serious, so he was like, "Well, come Friday, bring $500 and you get all this equipment." Shit, that Friday came, I had 500. I pulled up, Jap said, "Damn, boy, I didn't think you were coming." He loaded up the equipment. I bought the equipment. I had a studio. I had no clue on how to use this shit. You feel me? Like I had all this equipment, but no clue on how to use this shit.
enough about that, you know what I'm saying, back on the situation, shit, Jackson Street, it's like it went down over there when we started making music, you know what I'm saying? It was like shit I didn't know that he knew. He got down, brought me in. He was like, "Man, T, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that." I'm like, "Man, I don't know," you know what I'm saying? At the time, I really didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. You feel me? Hold on.
Use this shit. Here I am, like 17, 18 years old now, and I got all this equipment. I want to be a rapper. I'm making these songs. I started making mixtapes and stuff, like making beats, like basically just doing everything on my own. I didn't have YouTube tutorials how to do this and that. I just had to use my. I had to sit there and mess up a lot of stuff to get to what I was at.
You feel me? It was like, I don't know, like the shit that we was doing, like songs that we was doing, like it was telling the story, and it was basically about our life. And like, I ain't never really had nobody like really goddamn how can I say it, cope with me on that level until I met my dog. Then he was like, man, I got some shit for that. I got some shit for that. I got some shit for that.
I used to look up to people like Bone Thugs, Pretty Ricky, UGK, 3-6 Mafia. You know, so many people I can't really name, but you know, I always had a passion for rap music.
Y'all want to know how I met Chris? Man, gee, it was like, oh, how old are we? maybe no cap, about 20 years ago. I've known Chris from around the town, always doing music. But when I really got to chop it up with him one on one and really get to discover how great of a person he was believe it or not, we were working a job in Orange Beach, Alabama. Even though we here in Florida, though, you feel me?
And that's the type of shit I like. You feel like shit. You got something for it, let's put it together. They goddamn make this shit happen, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't had no sound. I'm gonna be honest, I thought you could go in the studio, I thought you could just rap and that's it was gonna do it for you. I didn't know nothing about mixing and mastering and all that. I had no clue what that was.
We worked this little joint. I'm gonna keep that disclosed or whatever, you know. But from now, we got to chop it up with each other every day and see that we share some of the same ambitions and same dreams of trying to just provide the world with our vibe. You know what I mean?
So shit, we started making. We made what Blazer Projects. Blazer Projects was first.
Then I realized, okay, I'm in a little bit deeper than I thought I should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is deeper. So then going from there, I continued doing music underground. I moved back to Pensacola, Florida. You know, I meet up with my first partners, you know, NTG. We had a group, shout out to Jerk, Problem Child D, all the whole crew. We had a group, you know, Big Josh. That's the first ones I started rapping with in Pensacola. So you gotta understand, you know, I'm really from the hood, bro. I'm really out here. Like, then I went to L Street. Rapping has always been my dream. 2023, I'm still here kicking the door wide down. Y'all be ready for me, bud. Coming soon. Nightmare in the Dreamland.
If I don't make it back. If I don't make it back, but if I don't make it back, girl, I love you. Girl, I love you. Baby, the streets ain't safe, but if I never make it home to you, who gonna take my place and do the things